Please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Greetings, family, and welcome back to Raising the Vibe. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I have recently come across some information on the internet that is of serious concern to me. Apparently, there is an ABC whistleblower who is alleging that the Kamala Harris campaign and ABC conspired to cheat during the Harris-Trump debate. According to this whistleblower, Kamala Harris was given sample or practice questions prior to the debate that turned out to be the actual questions that were asked during the debate. This whistleblower also alleges that the Kamala Harris campaign was promised that Donald Trump would be fact-checked live during the debate, while there would be no fact-checking at all of Kamala Harris. These allegations are of serious concern to me. Now, I want to emphasize that they are indeed only allegations. They have not been proven, and we cannot run with it as if they have been proven. I know for a fact that there are pro-Trump content creators and there are pro-Harris content creators. So we have to be discerning in what we watch and what we take to be true. But take a look at this clip where the content creator tells us about this alleged cheating and the ABC whistleblower.
All right, here is the bombshell news story. An ABC whistleblower allegedly will release an affidavit claiming that Kamala Harris's campaign was given sample questions that ended up being the questions that she was asked during the debate, as well as assurances that Donald Trump would be fact-checked and Kamala Harris would not. Okay, so let me break this down, because this is cheating. This is election interference.
I know from mentioning these allegations to pro-Kamala people I know that it's hard for them to imagine that she said anything during the debate that was not true, although they seem to be quite pleased that Donald Trump was fact-checked during the debate, and they feel that that was accurate. Now, with regard to the statements Kamala Harris made that were not true and also were not fact-checked, I will say you have to do your own research. However, I did look into it and pulled out one clip to show here, just to show that these are not totally baseless assertions. Kamala Harris claimed that Donald Trump left them with the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Let's see what happened in this clip when that was fact-checked.
Vice President Harris also claimed that former President Trump left the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. What does the data show on that claim?
Yeah, this claim rate's false. The unemployment rate did spike to a post-Great Depression record of 14.8%, but that was in April of 2020, right as the pandemic began to rage. Trump was in office then, but he didn't leave Biden or Harris with an unemployment rate nearly that high. By December 2020, the rate had fallen back down to 6.4%.
So we see that that statement was not true. It was a grandiose, puffed up statement. The worst unemployment since the Great Depression? That would be really significant. And it turned out not to be true at all. And according to what I've seen on the internet, there are other things that she said that also were not true, but she wasn't fact-checked. So the viewers of the debate didn't see that. And that gives a skewed impression where one candidate is fact-checked and allegedly corrected, while there are no claims or concerns made about comments the other debate participant is making, even though all of them are not true. With regard to some of the fact checking of Donald Trump, I will say that well before the debate, I was already aware of people in Springfield, Ohio, residents who had put videos on TikTok talking about the geese that were being eaten by the Haitians. I had also seen videos saying that they ate cats and that also they used the bones from these animals in their voodoo after the animals had been eaten. And I saw videos about people's pets who were missing. So the fact checking of Donald Trump on that, I'm not sure is true. I know that after the debate, some of the talking heads came online and said, oh, we spoke with the mayor of that town and he said it's not true. But remember when they spoke with the mayor of Aurora, who said that the Venezuelan prison gang members taking over that apartment building were not true, and it later turned out to in fact be true. So we know that officials in a given town or city will tell us things that are not correct in order to perhaps place a good look on their town or not to have a bad image of their town on the internet. I don't have a personal opinion about whether or not Haitians are indeed eating animals in Springfield, Ohio. I hate to see that it is Haitians that they're highlighting here, because I've also seen a video of a person catching a Latino holding a seagull at a beach around its neck and its body and walking off of the beach. And someone else came up and stopped him and eventually managed to free that seagull. So if animals are being eaten, it's not only happening by Blacks from Haiti, but it's happening from other people who are from other countries who do things that we don't do in America. And I think it's just problematic when so-called unbiased moderators insert themselves into a live debate as it's taking place. That brings up another issue, that apparently Lindsay Davis was not a totally unbiased moderator. In fact, Lindsay Harris is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, as is Kamala Harris. Now, I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, another of the Divine Nine sororities and fraternities that were started at HBCUs in the United States. I can tell you for a fact, all things being equal, if I'm choosing between my soror, my Delta soror, and somebody else, I'm leaning toward my soror. It's a sisterhood. Whether or not I already know that soror, whether we went to school together or not, any of that, that is my sorority sister, and everything else being equal, I will lean in favor of my sorority sister. Now, I also am a lawyer, and I can tell you for a fact that when I have served in a role as an administrative judicial official, if I had a connection to one or the other of the parties before me, I would disclose that ahead of time and indicate that I felt that I could be and would be impartial despite that connection. And I was impartial despite that connection. But in order for that to be in play, I have to disclose that ahead of time and have a mindset that I am going to be strictly impartial. None of us found out that Lindsay Davis was also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, as Kamala Harris is, until after the debates. So I question the impartiality, her impartiality, because she did not disclose that prior to the debate. So take a look at this article clip, just confirming that they're both in the same sorority. in looking into the impartiality or lack thereof of Lindsay Davis, I also saw that she has spoken to and or interviewed Kamala Harris online or in person at least twice. I'm not going to do that level of research because once I saw it twice, it was enough for me to raise concerns about her impartiality. I'm going to show you a clip of an interview face-to-face she did with Kamala Harris in 2023. Not a clip, but a picture and a description showing that that interview was done. And then after the Biden-Trump debate, Lindsay Davis spoke with Kamala Harris online, live on TV about Biden's performance in the debate. I can also tell you that as an interviewer, when I have interviewed someone and it has been a pleasant interview, that also gives you or makes you lean more toward that person in subsequent interactions. So Lindsay Davis, in my opinion, does not appear to have been an impartial moderator because one, she and Kamala Harris are in the same sorority, and that was not disclosed to us prior to the debate. And two, she has spoken with and or interviewed Kamala Harris on several, at least two occasions prior to the debate. All of that wrapped together leaves one questioning the usefulness, the truthfulness, the veracity of the debates and whether or not the Kamala Harris team, together with ABC, cheated in connection with that debate. Now, there are some people online calling for a boycott of ABC and its parent company, Disney, as a result of this alleged cheating. I can't speak to what the whistleblower information will ultimately reveal, but I can speak to the fact that Kamala Harris was not fact-checked, and we've seen at least one instance where she did not tell the truth. And according to some commentators or content creators on social media, there were more, and they show what they believe those instances to be. And there is a concern about the impartiality of one of the moderators. And I just think it's problematic. And I think that if you feel that your candidate or the candidate that you're in favor of is indeed the better candidate, then you get out there and you allow them to have a fair fight, so to speak. But when you balance the odds in favor of one as against the other, that is very problematic. In talking to a variety of people after the debate, it seems to me that those who were pro Kamala before the debate remained so after the debate. It also seemed that those who were pro-Trump before the debate remained so after the debate. But it is the undecided voters who may have been unfairly swayed as a result of the odds being in favor of Kamala Harris. I'm concerned. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out to see, does this whistleblower come forward and with an affidavit and a willingness to provide proof of the allegations that have been made. And even absent that, I'm concerned that ABC would use a moderator who is less than impartial based on affiliation and previous contacts with Kamala Harris. Those are my opinions. What do you guys think? Are we making more of it than it really needs to be? Or does this raise a concern for you as well? I definitely am interested in knowing what you think.
Please like this video and subscribe to the channel.